Welcome to our video for today and our session. My name is Allison Richard and I'm your stress management and self-care coach, and this is part 3 of our 3-part series on tools to support emotional well-being. And the emotion that we're looking at today is frustration and judgment. So kind of go a little bit all hand in hand. And wanted to just reiterate again, or if this is your first time joining for one of these series, that there are no negative emotions. So every emotion serves a purpose. It is there to protect us, it is there to support us, it's there to maybe indicate that there's something that we need that we're not getting. And it's there to help us to take some action in the direction of what it is that we need. And so once it is that we can recognize or acknowledge the emotion, or maybe why we're feeling it, maybe what's triggering our frustration or our judgment, and what it is that we need for ourselves, we can then take actions in that direction, which, especially when it comes to frustration or judgment, I often find that action is really helpful in processing this emotion. And we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. But there are no negative emotions. So when they become problematic is when we maybe don't acknowledge them, or we repress them, or we ignore them, or we just kind of push them down, so that we're then kind of holding on to them on this kind of energetic and physical level in our bodies, which that's what we don't want. So the practice that we're doing today is going to help process through that emotion. And we'll say that the more you acknowledge the emotion and take the lesson from it, so what is this emotion trying to tell you, the faster your body's going to want to process it, because you've the emotion has served its purpose. So once the emotion no longer has as much of a purpose, it's more ready to be released and let go of. So the essential oil that we're going to use for today is called RC oil. And in case you're wondering, because I've had people ask, the essential oils that I use are from Young Living. And if you have any questions about oils in general or the company itself, you can feel free to reach out to me. My website is pinned in the comments below. So if you don't have the oil, as always, you can just do the routine without, and that's completely fine. So if you have it, just putting it on your hands. We are all going to start by just taking a deep breath in, opening your mouth, exhale, sighing it out, and letting it go. And then just do that one more time. Deep breath in, and exhaling and releasing. Maybe just starting out in this moment by kind of measuring your level of frustration, or kind of the judgment that you're having right now. If you're going to do a scale of 1 to 10, 0 being no frustration, no judgment, 10 being the most frustrated and judgmental you've ever been in your entire life, where do you kind of fall on that scale for the moment? And we'll kind of rate it again at the end. So take one of your hands, doesn't matter which one, find the pinky side of your hand, start to tap with the opposite fingertips. And again, you can do the other side, so do whatever feels good to you. And so as you tap this karate chop point, you're going to silently or out loud repeat to yourself, even though I'm feeling, fill in the blank. So frustrated, judgmental, and you can say what you're feeling frustrated about or judgmental towards. So be specific if you can. I fully and completely love myself and honor how I feel. And then keep tapping. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, even though I'm feeling, again, fill in the blank. I fully and completely love and accept myself and honor how I'm feeling. And one more time, deep breath in. Even though I'm feeling, don't forget to exhale, especially as you're talking about your feelings. I fully and completely love myself and honor these feelings. And then take your fingers to your stomach meridian points. So you're going to go on your cheekbones, right below your cheekbones. Just spread your fingers, tap there. So you can continue to think about those feelings of frustration or judgment. I'm going to combine words that you're feeling as you tap here. So these stomach points, basically in the same way the stomach is going to help us physically process food that we eat, things that we drink, anything that kind of goes into the mouth and into the stomach, it's also helping us process our emotions and kind of assimilate them. So maybe breaking them down into more manageable pieces for ourselves. So maybe taking away some of that feeling of kind of overwhelm that comes with them. Good, so take one more inhale. One more exhale. Good, and then you're gonna come down onto your liver points. So you're gonna basically find center of your chest on either side. Just go right below the chest towards, still on your rib cage in the middle. Tap there. So these are your liver points, and those feelings of kind of anger or frustration or judgment tend to sit in this space of liver. And so emotions all have a certain frequency that they vibrate at, as does everything in life. So that includes the organs in our body. And if we are not acknowledging our emotions, or we're repressing them or pushing them down, or just not releasing or processing them, they will tend to find the space in our body with the most similar vibrational frequency to kind of settle in and take up residence there. So we want to help to process that so that they don't settle in and start to create more kind of physical issues or manifest on that more physical plane. Good. And again, so you can keep tapping. If you're feeling any tenderness in the points, it just means that maybe there's some energy that needs to be moved and processing that's happening. So keep tapping. You can always pause this video, especially if you're feeling exceptionally frustrated or angry about something and you want to just keep tapping these points for a few moments as your brain continues to process. That's fine too. So take one more inhale, and then we're going to move on. Exhaling, letting it go. Good. And then you're going to go kind of a little bit wider out to the sides, maybe up just another kind of fingertip width or so up to the sides of the ribs. So you're probably about 5 ribs up from the base of your rib cage, and you're going to tap here. So these are kind of lymphatic congestion points. And when it comes to those emotions of frustration or anger or judgment, and we're feeling it often, if we're feeling it towards someone else, the world is kind of a mirror of ourselves. So often there's some way that on some very, very kind of peeling the onion layers down, there's frustration and judgment towards ourselves. And maybe it's for something completely different, but oftentimes the triggers are kind of connected. If we're angry about something else, there's something in us that's making us feel that triggered. So we can often feel judgment and frustration and anger towards ourselves. So tapping these points, I want you to kind of think of that opposite side and thinking of kind of taking yourself out of victim mode so that things are happening to you, and say, I take care of myself. I take care of myself. So feeling empowered. One more time, I take care of myself. And then just pause your fingers from tapping for a moment. Hold them there. Take a deep breath in. Just breathe into that space under your fingers. Open your mouth. Exhale. Let it out. Just kind of clearing out that space. Do that one more time. Deep breath in. Exhaling, letting it go. And then you're going to go kind of down just a little bit lower to your spleen points. And just starting to consider being open to the possibility of having faith in the process. So maybe trusting in yourself to take care of yourself, and whatever actions maybe you're recognizing or acknowledging that you need to take that would help kind of dissipate or release some of this frustration or this judgment or this anger. And whatever actions that maybe need to be taken from a space of love. Take one more inhale, and then exhale. And then lastly, you're going to take your fingers up to the space right between your eyebrows. So inner eyebrows on either side. So not between the eyebrows, but kind of inner edge of your eyebrows. And you're going to tap here. So these are bladder points. And just starting to, again, connect into this possibility of hope. So maybe allowing yourself to think forward a little bit to that space and time when you've taken some action or done something that helps you to process these emotions, to give yourself what you need. So just this hope that the future can actually unfold in a way that's beneficial to you and is kind of helping you grow and in the ways that you want, in the ways that you are looking to. Take one more inhale. And then exhale. And then just release your hands down. Feel free to close your eyes for a moment, just kind of sitting with how your body feels. Maybe coming back to that emotion you originally felt of frustration or judgment and remembering how you kind of rated it at the beginning. Allowing yourself to just kind of rate again. So maybe noticing if it kind of shifted at all in any way. And you can always repeat this process again. If it's still kind of more intense than you want it to be, you can always do the process again as many times as you need to. And then from this space of kind of feeling more empowered and that possibility of kind of taking action for yourself, there's a question I love to ask around kind of shifting yourself out of victim mode. So oftentimes when we're feeling really frustrated or judgmental or angry, we're feeling like things are happening to us and we're feeling very disempowered around a situation. Like we don't have a lot of choice or control over the situation. So just starting to think about maybe find a little bit of wiggle room. So where is it that you still have the option to choose something? So where do you still have that little bit of power? And maybe asking yourself, instead of why is this happening to you, why is this happening for me? So what can this situation possibly be bringing to me that is allowing me to grow or change or have something in my life that I've been saying that I want or have been looking for? So how can you kind of turn this situation into a benefit? And just feeling free to let your eyes float open whenever you'd like. And if the answers to those questions don't pop up for you immediately, know that they will potentially kind of pop up later. So not being held towards needing to have an answer right away. So let it come from your heart, that space of love, and maybe not from your brain and that space of fear. And thank you so much for joining. Feel free to watch the first 2 videos in this series around processing fear and processing sadness or grief. Feel free to comment below. Let me know how it goes for you. Like or subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And thank you so much for joining. Give yourself some gratitude for showing up for yourself in this way and choosing to support your body, support your mind, support your heart and your emotions in this way. Wishing you a very, very beautiful and very, very blessed day going forward.